Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this font and wanted to know if I could help them identify it, and they've tried and they can't. And if you just needed the letter A, this would be pretty easy, but he needs the whole alphabet. This letter is really close to Times New Roman. So I just went to DA Fonts and typed in Stencil. Well, I actually didn't. I went back. Let's go back to home. Well, I went through a lot of pages. Let's tell you what. Let me just do this whole thing. Let's just go through and go to DA Fonts. I always say fonts, but it's just DA. And then right here it has Stencil. Also has Army. It's got 18 pages of Stencil. I do not like Stencil fonts, but a lot of times you have to if you're going to cut the letters out. But most of the time when I make Stencil fonts, when I make them, only the letters that need to be stenciled are stenciled, like the parts that are going to fall out, like that part of the A, that part of the R. But there are two fonts. One of them was on page 2, which is, I think it was page 2. But anyway, there's 18 pages of font. So he could search through them and figure out which one he likes. And what I do like about this is that, so the C doesn't need to be stenciled, but the D does. The E doesn't, the F doesn't, H. Most of the letters don't need to be stenciled. But I started thinking, what better to make them all look like that? And then just like, he's going to cut these out. So you could just left click, right click in red, and those are ready to cut out. Of course, you type out the word you want. Same thing on this one. Left click, no fill, right click, outline. And those would cut out. What I do like about them, because normally I take an O and I make it a stencil font, but I'll leave the other ones. This looks pretty cool because it kind of matches up. Like the B needs to be and the A needs to be, and the C doesn't, but the D does. So it all kind of uniform in. Now, if you ever just needed one letter like this to match, probably be easier to go to Object and convert it to a curve, and then left click, right click, and on this exact one, we just need to take out this bar. That's very easily done just by taking if you wanted that same angle, just go along that angle. Matter of fact, leave that one there. Hit the plus key on the keyboard and move it over here. Let's see how big our nudge factor is. So this is, wow, it's huge. It's over 7 inches. I want to set my nudge factor on 8. And then just take your Smart Fill tool. Well, I even use that blue. And then, I must not have changed it to 8. Okay, my number lock was unlocked evidently. And that font looks pretty close to that font. It's not as wide. So if you just needed one letter, that's perfect. And you could adjust, maybe, let's say you didn't make this gap wide enough, just grab those two nodes while holding down the control button and just move that wherever you want that gap to be. So for the one I'm trying to help, I don't know if I'm doing any good, I would go with one of these two fonts. So just go to DA Fonts. They're real easy to download. Let's just go through that. Let's go to DA Font. Let's say I want this font. I really don't. I'm going to go download. And it's going to put it up in here. And there it is right there. It's in a zip. But as soon as you click on that, I want the regular one. So I'm going to double click on the regular one. And then it comes up with this screen. And just remember the version or the word VAN and put install. It's already done. And then you could go back. No, we did not change this font. This is still a font. So let's change it to that. And all you have to do is start typing that VAN. And look at that. You've got a different font. And that's, the example is in, that's a pretty cool font. I think it's better than the other one. So there's 18 pages help yourself, pick them out. And then if you want to look at them and see what they look like in black, like they were before, there you go. This one was reloaded, and now it's that Vagabond. I can't believe I don't have. Well, let's just see what well, let's make a copy of that. I'm hitting the plus key on the keyboard. Let's move reloaded down to here, and then just start typing reloaded. Now it only comes in a bold. I looked at it twice, but it only comes in a bold, but it's not that bold. So there's three options that are pretty close to that A. I mean, it's a little bit off. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.